Day 1. We set up camp after a somewhat rough, litho-breaking maneuver. Josh insists that it was a very smooth landing, as all of us managed to walk away from it, although I suspect he will improve with practice. Preliminary reconnaissance shows no recognizable lifeforms in the immediate vicinity, despite the claims of a well-developed ecosystem in the entry in the Guide to the Galaxy. The planet ought to be teeming with life, but all I could see from orbit was endless lava fields strewn with groups of boulders. This apparent absence of visible life will complicate winning the bet, that a group of humans can easily befriend and tame any predator, and not just the terrifying death-world ones. Just a tad more challenging. Even so, nil desperandum. Where there is life, there is a way. We just have to find life, and then find out what hunts it. Day 2. Footnotes. The Guide to the Galaxy is full of them, and I really should have read them more thoroughly before selecting the first planet to visit. It would appear that the dominant, if not all, life forms on this planet are silicon-based. And Josh, in a stroke of luck, brought us down on top of a major herd of petrivores. We're currently examining the remains, in the hope of finding any indications of what creatures might predate on these barely mobile rocks. Josh claims he meant to land on the herd, although he was as surprised as the rest of us to learn that the local biology is silicon-based. Day 5. Still no luck. I sent out 2 teams to find and track other herds of petrivores, or Petra ambulans gigantes, as I have named them, despite them barely qualifying as ambulatory, to learn more about the life and death of these giant moving rocks, especially their deaths from predation. They have already reported finding several carcasses that are being picked clean, so clearly predation exists in this ecosystem. The only question is what form it takes, and how easily we can befriend the predator. Josh has managed to collect up most of the bits of ship that fell off when he landed. These, he insists, will come in very handy when the time comes to leave. Day 8. The teams are getting better at identifying both the roaming, or rather barely moving, herds of petrivores and their remains. The predators remain elusive, but predation seems to be more frequent in the vicinity of the open lava vents that seem to fill the niche a waterhole would on Terra. As for Josh, he is quite confident that the cabin will hold pressure when we leave the planet, provided that we won't leave any time soon, that is. Day 17. Chasmoindoliph bacterium. Extremophile bacteria that live in fissures in the rocks, consuming minerals, sometimes each other, oft-times petrivores. Especially petrivores, as they represent the highest local concentration of, for lack of a better word, edible minerals. The chasmoindoliths appear to fill the niches of predators, scavengers, and parasites all at once, and they make them, by far, the most dangerous creature on this planet. Well, no one said this mission was going to be easy. Having identified our target, we now need to formulate a plan for befriending and taming a bacteria. Because there is no other way. No way at all. I'll let Josh win this bet.